In this module, we're going to using the set operator. Let's see what is the set operators. Let's imagine I have two table or two query. Well, it's possible to run the set operator against one table too. But let's look at this example. I have select employee ID, job ID from employee, and I have another one select employee ID, job ID from job history. So this column right here, employee ID matching with the employee ID that I have from employee table. Now we have two set of data. Start employee 100, go all the way to employee 200, or two more, let's say too many rows, around 54 rows right here. Right here I got around 31 rows right here in this table. But how we can compare these two data set with each other? Let's go look at this image right here. If we have an image like this one, and one of them is select a statement, select employee ID, job ID from employee table, and this from employee, this is the same query but from job history. There are four possible ways that we can look up this data to each other. Whatever exists in the table A, which is employee, and the same data exists in the table B, which is job history. So this type of combination of this query, we call it union. Now the union by itself has two meanings. One, we have union, one we have union all. Union all, union mean whatever exists in this one and exists in this one, combine it together. Union both. But how about if a duplicated record exists, 5 job ID, 5 job 200, job ID 200 exists in this table? Should we combine it with a single job ID which exists in this table? So that's bring the concept of union all. Combine whatever exists in this one with whatever exists in this one and display as result one query. So we call that one union all. Let's go look at an example to make it more clear. To mixing these two tables with the union, all I'm going to do, I'm going to put the first query from employee table, put a union operator, and put the second select statement, and finally a semicolon right here as a terminator. And then copy this one and paste it to my, let's see, I just display this one. And you will see that as result is display 60 rows. And if we're looking 60 rows, how many is from the first table? Let's see how many is from the first table. 51 from first table. And you combine it with the how many exists in the second table, and 28 from second table. So it really removed the duplication from the tables. And as a result, you notice that it got, when we did union all, it generates 60 rows. Let me bring it right here. It generated 60 rows as a result. Now, if I'm going and changing this union to union all, then it combine all the content from the first table with all the content from the second table. Let's try this one. And you're going to see the total is 79. 79, which is as you know, this right here, 28 from one table and 51 from other table, and total it's going to be union all, display all the duplicated record from both tables. So this is one method that we can use looking the content of two tables when we try to combine it together. And that's what we call it union, using the union operator or union all operator. I just reduce the size of those circle. The other way that we can look at the content of table A and table B is the intersection. Intersect whatever exists in the query of the A and the same row exists in the query of the B. So that type of operation also we call it intersect. And we can use the operator intersect and move to our query and change the union all to introsec. And introsec, as the result, whatever is similar in both query, it return us the result of that one. Let me see what is the problem I have right here. Semicolon, executed, no row selected. So as the result, nothing which is exists in the table A, there's not anything matching in the table A which is matching the table B. What I mean by that one, I mean there is no 100 ADPRES and 100 ADPERS in this table. Yes, there is 100 right here, and that one is 100 is ADPRES. That 100, if I find it in the second set, which is doesn't exist in the second set, 101 ADVP, 101 is not ADVP, so this row is not matching with this row. So that's the reason we're going to see when we use the introsec, introsec does not return us any rows. Let's look at the other method, minus. Minus is a scenario, whatever exists in this table which doesn't exist in this table, and whatever exists in this table doesn't exist in this table. Let's look at the scenario A to B, because the case is different. If I looking the content of the A to B, whatever exists in this table which doesn't exist in this table, it make the concept like this one, that we're going to take a minus and replace this one with the minus, and then run the query, and it may generate or may not generate us a result. Yes, whatever exists in this one, in the first query, let me bring this slide a little bit up and have the body up also too. Whatever exists in this one which doesn't exist in the second one, 50 row exists in the first table which doesn't exist in the second table. Now the query going to get changed if I reverse this one, if I take this one up and bring this one down. So replacing this one, it make reverse, and whatever exists in this one doesn't exist in this one, and normally it does not create the same set of the row. Let me show you an example of the minus, and we can use it also with the union or union all. Any of them is possible. So I'm going to put it right here and put the minus in between. Put the minus in between, take the story, and now I'm going to run this query, and you're going to see the last one that we ran right here, it generate for us 50 row. Let's see how many it going to generate. It generate 10 row. So the result when we try to union or intersect or minus, it going to be different. So as we said, we have 4 different set. Now there are some guidelines that we have to follow up in the set operator. The guidelines, they are right here. The data type must be match. The select list, if you selecting 2 columns from the first query, you have to select 2 columns from second query, and both of them, the data type should be matched. And also we can use the parentheses used to alter the subquery subsequence of the execution, and also we can use the order by. This also is possible. We can also use the where statement. Let me show you an example. I change this one and adding a where clause where employee ID, for example, greater than 20, and now if I'm greater than 200, and now if I run this query, in the previous one it returned 2 and greater than, probably going to show us 1 row, and let's see, 1 row is going to show up. Let's see, what did it copy us, where the job ID greater than 200, where employee ID greater than 200, and let's run it again, and you're going to see that display 200. Let's see what the where clause only affect the second table, which is employee table. It does not affect the job history table. That's the reason. But yes, we can use where clause and we can have subquery in any format that we want. Well, we can run more interesting query. Look at this example right here. Look at this example right here. We can run in more interesting example. Select location ID, department name, and we would like one more column, location, warehouse location. We don't have location on the department, so we replace it with the column null and we set to char null. But the location, we have it right here. We have location ID matching with this location ID that is state province. And now we're going right here. Location ID exists in the department table. Location ID exists in the location table. So this one both exists. Department name exists in the department table, but department name does not exist in the location table, so we replace it to null. Why we use to convert to char the null? Because the data type of the department name is char, and we have to be sure that there is null char matching with the same. And for example, right here in the location we have a state province, but in the department table we don't have the state province. So a state province is char, so we convert our char also to null, the null to the char data type. And as a result, we can run this query and it returning the union of all existing info in the department table with all existing info in location table. Here's the result of this union which we're using then to char null. However, if I have for example right here I have department name, let's say department ID I use instead of this one, department ID, and I don't have department ID in location table, I have to change this one to number null. Thank you so much.